the connection with ancient artifacts, you know what I'm saying, that fit the piece of a puzzle, you know what I'm saying, to other ancient mysteries connected with extraterrestrial beings that we connected with. For instance, right? Let's go into this, right? Now, the master teacher say, Panababyanon, right? The intent of this study book is to impress upon your mind the truth and facts related in these scrolls of supreme mathematics. There have been many hypotheses and opinions concerning the topic of the birth of the first humans, Adam and Eve, namely by the religious community. Now think about the religious community. Do the religious community operate like an intelligence community? The intelligence community think outside the box of a religious community. The religious community stay inside the box of religious dogma. So when the religious dogma give an individual tunnel vision where they can't see the bigger picture, where the scientific community, right, is connected with spiritual teachings that think outside the box of the religious dogma, but yet it's spiritual in essence because it's taking science is taking things further beyond the scope of the traps of the mind, right? That certain religious propaganda does to stunt our growth and keep us in a certain box where we are sheep led by a certain the leader, the person that lead the sheep to where they should go and all that kind of stuff. Where the sheep don't really get led right, but get led down get led into a ditch as because of the blind leading the blind. So where can you go when the blind leading the blind? We in the era of time, right, called the information age, to where things are being made known as opposed to just believing. Because when we believe, leave room for doubt because you don't really know. So we basing our awareness and understanding, understanding and overstanding and outerstanding based on what we know. That's why thoughts is being retrained to know how to set the record straight by asking these particular questions, right, about any subject matter. Wait a minute. Oh, I brought the books with me. Hold on. Okay, regarding subject matters, right? Regarding certain subject matters. Okay, I'm gonna get this point real closely. You know what I'm saying? Real quick to show you how certain forces work that's on a certain psychological level when man they so behind what individuals up psychologically, you know what I'm saying, to where that's what they try to do, keep us from our brain power. But now that we have access to our brain power again, we just here to set the record straight so we can be in tune with our true culture and creator and folk ways and governmental ways of how we do things, you know what I'm saying, beyond all the technology because people want to be treated fairly, you know what I'm saying, through uh, approach to where people can be trusted, you know what I'm saying, to where real science of healing can begin, you know what I'm saying, and this truth is a part of the science of healing as well, you know what I'm saying. I'm gonna find that 1 second. I know it's in here somewhere what I was looking for. Okay. I was looking for it's somewhere in here. Somewhere in here. Okay. Somewhere in here. Let's see if it's in that one. Let's see this one. Dealing with certain a certain formula to get to the bottom of things. You know what I'm saying? A certain formula to get to the bottom of things. But before I get to there, right? Let's talk about the chessboard. Now, for instance, right? Okay, I'm on. Don't get that 1 second. I'm trying to should have pre-prepared for this, but I'm freestyling, so we'll still get to it. Okay. For instance, when we talk about the belly of the beast, right? The belly of the beast is a certain system where certain beings that may be extraterrestrial in origin that trick us with a certain plan where you have the word, when you see the word planet, you see the word Planet. In that word planet, you see the word plan, you see the word net, like trap something in, and you also see the word plan. And you also see the word plant, like a plant, when you put a plant in the soil for it to grow. Now, this planet sprouts life. It's a planet full of life, like plants that grow. The planet was seeded by beings, right, who was looking forward to a certain creation of theirs to grow into being a certain way in terms of beings that have genetics of these higher beings called the Anunnaki. Now, this Anunnaki, right, is intelligent enough to know about the history of the stars. So, by them predating us as a result of them having a hand in creating their children in terms of the Nubans or Nubians or Nubians or Ethiopians, Ethiopian beings, Africans, Moors, Yamasee Creek Seminole tribes, original people that's indigenous to the earth that predate other races, right? That predate the Orientals, the Mongoloids, or the Caucasoids. But us, the Negroids, being the mothers and fathers of civilizations, creams of the planet Earth, gods and goddesses of the universe, right? By us being the mothers and fathers of civilization, but yet had taken a deep fall and went into a deep sleep to where we suffered from a hypnotic spell called amnesia, where we have forgotten, where we are forgetful, where our memory has been wiped clean, so to speak, as if we have been gaslighted in such a major way to where we have problems reconnecting with the genetic memory of the greatness in which we was created in, reflecting the ancient ones that the rest of humanity see around them as the gods who are asleep. But yet in the sun cycle era right now, when we are tapping back into our genetic memory, remembering our Egyptian roots, connected with the Sumerians and other star beings of different star constellations, with awareness of the beings who created these star maps of Arcturus, Betelgeuse, Orion, the Milky Way. What other star constellations? Canis Major, Canis Minor, Chambers of the South, etc. Right? To where the falsification of African consciousness is being erased, to where the authentication of African consciousness is being restored through right knowledge, which is correct information. Now, for instance, power, the topic of power that I was speaking on, dealing with how having a respect for power, right? But due to having a respect for power, out of all of these thousands of years and hundreds of years, look at all of the particular type of human interactions been taking place, dealing with the rise and the fall of nations of the earth historically. Now, for instance, right, according to the messenger, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, right, our messenger, divine messenger, right, that came to us here in Detroit, where Master Fard Muhammad found him on the east side of Detroit, where I happen to be born and raised at, Paradise Valley, the Black Bottom on the east side, right, found Elijah as the firstborn amongst the nation of the mentally dead, who came with a mission to resurrect our people mentally from a mental death, who needed to be completely re-educated with a wake-up knowledge, an eye-opening knowledge that was designed to wake up what's called the dry bones in the valley at a particular time in a hostile racial environment, right, before the Civil Rights Act of 1964. I think that's the right years, between 62 and 64. The Civil Rights Act, I think it was 64 though, right, where our people was suffering from certain undesirable conditions socially in the face of injustice perpetrated by certain Caucasoid power structures. Now, regarding being free as a people with our independence, right, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad came with a door for us to go through to our own world and connect it with what Panabab Yanun brought us regarding Nuwabu, right, to lead to our own, Wakanda, so to speak, New Apia, or land based on our liberation, right? In a world that is connected with other nationalities in the human family, to where we would deal in equality with people, freedom, peace, love, salvation, redemption, unity, justice for all. You know what I'm saying? With obedience through the supreme creator in which our nature reflect. Now wait a minute. Let me get to this. All of this stuff is connected. Where I'm trying to make sense of things, right? Now, regarding the rise and fall of nations, okay, let's make America great again. Now look at that. Now in the act of the Trump administration, make America great again, right? Is that implying that America has taken a fall already? Is it designed to fall? Or like Farrakhan made a statement about America, the Torchlight for America book that he wrote. What was that, back in the 90s, I think, or something like that. But anyway, can America avoid? Is America destined to fall, or can America get right due to its better treatment and relationship with the God seed of the planet that they know regarding who's the chosen people are, regarding the mothers and fathers of civilization? Now we're talking real talk, this real language, this real dialogue, this real communication, right? Let's be real. You know what I'm saying? Y'all saying Trump real? Okay, let's be real to the point where we uncensored in what we talking about. When we speak in raw truth, plain English, in a language you can understand. So, make America great again. MAGA, M-A-G-A. Is that implying that America has already started to take a fall? So to avoid that fall, can she avert it, like Farrakhan had mentioned in many of his divine revelations, right? Can she avert it? Now watch this. Make America great again. Has America started to decline or fall, like the Fall of America was saying in the Fall of America book by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad? Listen to this line of reasoning and logic. Empires, right? Empires in scripture and political history have risen up over the time of man and have fallen. These empires, the Romans and their Caesars, the Prussians and their Kaisers, the Russians and their czars, the Egyptians and their pharaohs. Now, when it comes to the Egyptians and the pharaohs, I'm going to set aside them later on to speak on them in a whole nother light pertaining to the Egyptians and the pharaohs as far as Egypt taking a fall, according to the Bible, right? The Europeans and their kings, the Turks and their sultans, and now the United States of America and their presidents. Empires in scripture and political history have risen up over the time of man and have fallen, right? Whatever the name of the empire or the title of the ruler, it was only a grand, clever psychological trick to dupe the naive masses then and now, especially the black man in America, from recognizing America as Babylon wolf in sheep's clothing. Babylon is in fact America today. The time has come for the revealing of the greatest empire of Babylonian type ever to exist. No nation, no empire before fits the description of the Babylon as the United States, or of the Babylonian or the Babylon ruler as the rulers of America. Elijah Muhammad is bringing a final truth to the people. He is revealing the secret of symbols, parables, signs, and prophecies of the scriptures. The Old Testament is a book of prophecy and parables, symbols, and signs. The New Testament is a fulfillment of the prophecy whose time is right now. All religion have talked of a doomsday judgment day, or a type of hell filled with fire and brimstone, right? Despite America's skill, abundance, technology, materialism, psychology, technology, and ability to synthesize, that great ability of making false appear true or real is well known. America can make man, right? This. America can make man-made fibers appear to be wool, butter that never saw a cow, or fruit jam that does not come from fruit trees. Elijah Muhammad in The Fall of America brings us to the truth, the fateful destiny of America. America has been a country whose leaders' pride has been to refer to it as the greatest country on earth. Babylon, the most powerful country, who has as its greatest ambition to be the most armed. More than 35% of its national budget is set aside for military preparation. America boasts of its stockpile of weapons with its great kill capacity. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad is a man whose words will hold a high place in history. His words are clear. His is a vivid example of the voice crying in the wilderness for justice. His is the ability to read the handwriting on the wall as only Daniel could do, despite Belshazzar and his scholars of highest institutional learning. Now think about the scholars of this world, the white man's world, of the highest institutional learning, right? It's no match for the intelligence of the divine beings that natural nature has appointed to help in the mission called the permutation of the human species, which is a transformation of the consciousness of the people, right? To tap into higher ways of civilizations, more higher than this civilization. Elijah Muhammad's, right? Brilliant of style and accuracy of statement are perfectly compatible in an historian, being a historian. The Fall of America offers a new interpretation of the American world, which is open to attack by critics, theologians, scientists, historians, and anthropologists. Elijah Muhammad challenges the contemporaries of today, as Moses threw down his rod as a challenge to Pharaoh of Egypt. He contends, now remember when I said that I want to speak about Egypt and the Kemetic priest kings, Kemetic priests in a different light, other than what the Bible was saying about Egypt and the pharaohs of the Bible. Now, he contends that the interpretations of the scriptures, the Bible and the Holy Quran, important interrelators pertaining to sequences of events leading to the resurrection of the American so-called Negro. For Muhammad shows how events of yesterday and today are the lifestyles depicted in symbols, signs, parables, and prophecies, history, and scripture, right? The ancient Orient, classical Greece, India, Islam, and Europe previously had their terms. Now, Panabab Yanun presented one of hundreds of books that he wrote called The Religion Islam Unmasked, regarding how what's called interlopers have infiltrated the true tenets of the Islamic faith rooted in peace to help establish peace on earth through a certain discipline of carrying into practice the pillars of its way of life, right? As traits and practices that will, to a degree, establish peace on earth. Now picture that. Peace on earth. What way of life points to actually pulling that off, peace on earth? Utilizing the ways of life that you can conceive of that hasn't established peace on earth yet, which is a hostile environment, a volatile environment full of all kind of wickedness, where the hearts and mind of a lot of people to this very day, where the imagination of the hearts of a lot of people who live amongst us today, right, is evil continuously. So something happened in that story, using this as a comparison, you know what I'm saying, to make a point. The flood of Noah, to where that evil gene was supposed to have been washed out of the earth, but somehow it survived in bloodlines of certain people, to where evil is continuously out here. So there's a lot of corrections to be made with the human family to get right beyond the psychological conditioning of the racism poison. Now let me get back to this here, right? Okay, now the present 10 heads of the beast, country and tribe descendancy. The country of England, the Arkites, the country of Spain, France, Girgashites, Italy, Arvadites, Germany, Jebusites, Greece, Russia, Turkey, Russians, Hungary, Jebusites, United States, Canaanites. Now, the fourth empire is represented by the legs of iron on the image, indicating that it was a strong kingdom as iron, socially, economically, and politically. And by these means it spread, walked its culture throughout the whole earth, as done by its predecessors of the Babylonian Empire. Habakkuk 1 5 through 6. The world powers and the strategy which they use can be likened unto a game of chess. Chess is derived from the Persian word sha, shay, or let me see, shay or shah. I pronounce it as shah, tomato, because like in the English vowels go when you speak in English, the sounds of the vowels is spoken as A, E, I, O, U. In Arabic, the vowels is spoken like R, A, E, O, U. So in Arabic, the A will have a longer sound, R, tomato, but just trying to make sense of this. Chess is derived from the Persian word shay, shah, meaning king. The game symbolizes the government and how it manipulates the lives of the populace. Now, who's to say this ain't an international grand chessboard, chess match, chess. This ain't. This is who's it? I'm saying it. This is a You can see based on how this was just described that this whole planet is governed by international chess manipulations, right? Chess is derived from the Persian word shah, meaning king. The game symbolizes the government it and how it manipulates the lives of the populace. This is why many this is why many times this game of skill and mental expertise is called the game of life. Now, the Greek religion, mythology, and notice that Greek philosophy is stolen Kemetic or Tamaraean philosophy from our ancestral cultures and ancient cultures, right? The Greek religion is based, or the Greek religion mythology is based on the game of chess where the gods played against the world. In this religion, the Greeks had set up a council of gods, Apollo, Athena, Pan, etc., with Zeus as the chief god. Together they manipulated the lives of mortal men as the immortal inhabitants of Mount Olympus. They made the decisions in all matters of life, death, war, fortune, and everything. This goes to show you how the Caucasian American cultures rooted here in the United States is modeled after these particular kind of moves that they make, how certain things is under the control regarding these institutions, how certain people is allotted this money, what people is allotted this money, and things of that particular nature, where they have control in their institutions of certain disbursements of certain commodities and things that people need, pretty much, right? To where have people like, wait a minute, we can grow our own foods, we can provide for our own self, have our own access to clean water, and build homes and things of this particular nature without the smart cities that's being uh, pushed on us, where everything is under surveillance and electronically watched and under control on a Orwellian Big Brother level. You know what I'm saying? So this goes on to read. Together, they manipulate the lives of mortal men. As the immortal inhabitants of Mount Olympus, they made the decisions in all matters of life, death, war, fortune, and everything. They manipulated. They manipulate, like certain leaders of our governmental structure tell us the American people want this, or the American people want that. They thinking for you, but yet, is that what you want? When we, the people, are the ultimate voice as far as the rule of the governed through we, the people, they manipulate the lives of the people as do the opponents in a chess game. You know what I'm saying? So regarding enemies of our domestic reality here in the United States of America, within the borders of the United States of America, when they speak about enemies being foreign and domestic, think about, why is it a possibility that we can have domestic enemies? You know what I'm saying? Think about it. Domestic enemies. And we see so much chaos going on in this society. We responsible for our own actions. So I am not a domestic enemy. I am a domestic friend. You know what I'm saying? Speaking truth. I'm trying to make sense. Or I want to appear like I have some sense to a degree to where I know how to navigate in the society in which I live as a law-abiding citizen. Now, with that said, right, they manipulate the lives of the people as due to opponents in a chess game, or as the governments of the earth. Now, the governments of the earth is plural with an S, governments. Not just the United States government, but the governments dealing with the international governmental brotherhoods operating as one, though, like an octopus with many arms and tentacles, right? Reaching all over the place, manipulating the planet like a game of chess. Now, this goes on to read, right? The principle is, therefore, not the actual playing of the game, but rather the meaning behind the game itself. Who can deny that the present world governments control people's lives? The Pentagon, as though they are pawns on a chessboard. War, peace, life, death, fortune, and failure are all decisions that they make and carry out. The game itself is one of the oldest games which pure mental skills. must be used, and rules of chance, a tool of the devil. Wait a minute. The game itself is one of the oldest games with pure mental skill, which pure mental skill must be used and rules out chance. So, by ruling out chance, the mental skills that is being implemented to where you know what's gonna happen rules out the chances of something other than how you make it happen what happens. So you pretty much rule out chance. When you taking a certain when, when you when you take out when you where you taking chances, you know what I'm saying, of where negative results, you know what I'm saying, or something bad happening, you know what I'm saying, against your plans happening, where you know what I'm saying, you rule that out. But if you taking chances, like the Honorable Elijah Muhammad was like, we don't participate in games of chance. You know what I'm saying? That's why. So don't play games with your life. Be deliberate and being obedient to the divine laws of the universe that's rooted in truth, where there is no falsehood in it. The game chess is like warfare. It consists of an organized attack, right, and defense, each conducted with a definite object in view. The main objective of this game is Shah Ma'at,